Hey guys, welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians.
Today is the last episode of this contest that we did this week on Hallelujah. So we started this 2 days ago. If you haven't watched the first two episodes, we watched two covers of this song so far. We can put a link for those two if you guys want to go check it out. But today, obviously, we couldn't leave out the original like the last time. So we're gonna listen to Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah, the original. This is the live version from 2008 because we thought, okay, we know the original. And also, I feel like this is a way better performance because of the engaging with the audience, and it has way more views on YouTube. So we decided to do this one. I am so excited actually for this one because I feel like actually some people said in our last contest that you should have done it in like a chronological order. First original, that's cover, but I don't know. I kind of like going backwards. I don't know what
Yeah,
you think, but I don't know. It
I
feels like
actually like because for the last one and also this one, we already know the original, so it's like it's good to see the other interpretations and then again with a new mindset go back to the original to see if we listen to it differently now. Or
yeah,
I also really like this
backward
order
order.
to
Yeah, I like I like that
yeah.
too. I mean, maybe if we do a song that we haven't heard before, maybe we should like
Yeah,
switch the
that
order.
makes sense.
Yeah, so in our next contest, we might do that. If you guys have suggestions for our next contest, please go ahead and like suggest us that. And if it's something that we don't know the original, we definitely do that in the other order. But today is the day to listen to this song, and as I said, I am so excited. So I would say let's go ahead and start listening to this one.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
I have to say, I'm not in this world right now. I feel like my soul is transcending as I'm listening to this song. Even though I read that like a lot of people have this like idea that, and I agree, the lyrics are not totally like religious or like sacred. It actually like is very conflicting. But I don't know. I can't help myself when I'm this. I feel like the like his voice is just like such a quality that's just my soul is just getting separating from my body as I'm listening to this song.
Yeah, and you can say that if the other people, when they cover, I mean, it's a you can see different spectrums, but if the people who covers it, they really you can see some of them they really understood the text and they want to say that when with their singings that they really understood the way that he's singing it is like I created this thing, this text, I don't understand it. I created this. And everything that he said, like the fourth, the fifth, chord, the fourth
Yeah.
chord, the fifth chord, and then you can hear the music also. It's like the subdominant, the dominant
Yeah.
chord, and then the way that he's singing. Also, the last song the last version was this. They had this quality that he really understood the text and he's really talking to you, and he made it his own, but you can see in him it's another level and he's like, yeah, I created what should I say, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Exactly. And I love that. I mean, I guess this is kind of like an obvious thing, but when he's talking about different like fourth, fifth, it's going from like four, so F major to G major, we can experience C major. And then when it talks about the minor, it's like minor. So I was reading somewhere that is actually, there's like a name for this technique, and it's called prosody. I've never heard the name of it, but I always like knew that you look at the music, obviously it's kind of like explains itself, the song, when you kind of like go with it. But that was very interesting, and I love the arrangement so far of this version of the live. That I love that we are seeing all these like backing vocals. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do a live, because the audio, you can hear it but you can't see it, but I love to see the backing vocals, the keyboard player, the guitar, and everything. So it was very cool to like hear and see them at the same time. So here we go.
Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now, maybe there's a God above. As for me, all I ever learned from love is how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. But it's not a cry that you hear tonight. It's not some pilgrim who claims to have seen the light. No, it's a cold and it's a very broken hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
One more thing I want to say before getting into the next, because there's just so many verses in this song, and I don't want to like pause in between each of them. But I love the guitar line. It's so subtle, but I mean when he's like getting to the hallelujah section, he just like the guitar has like those like tremolo moment. But aside from that, like as baby can go back a little bit in the last like 10 seconds before I pause, it had like a very beautiful like kind of like short melody moment, and I was just dying. It was so beautiful. I mean the keyboard, the organ is obviously like more, you can hear it more because like driving the harmony and everything, so that's so cool as well. But and the backing vocals obviously they're more obvious, but the guitar was just like, it's like wow, I love this arrangement so much. Yeah.
Hallelujah. I've been here before. I know this room and I've walked this floor. You see, I used to live alone before I knew you. And I've seen your flag on the marble arch. But listen, love is not some kind of victory march. No, it's a cold and it's a very lonely hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Wow. I can't, talking a little is hard for me in between, but I'm just so in another world right now. I have to say that I love how everybody in the scene are feeling it, the keyboard player and the singer, oh my god, and the fact that he was sitting, he came to on the scene and just seated and started to, on his leg, and started to sing. It showed how intimate is this, and he's like it was like, no, it's not a standing thing. I just sit and we'll sing this intimate and share this intimate moment. And I have to say that I'm really a big fan of really this minimal introvert music, like the one that we saw yesterday. And my taste of music is really like that, like my favorite, one of my favorite singers, Tamino, that is also kind of like that, like this. He's most of the times alone with this intimate or very minimal, less instruments, and it's just you and you as a musician or an artist, and just you create very intimate personal thing. But moments like this, that some people gather together and just give their all of themselves, and with different backgrounds or different feelings or interpretations, but they manage to love something like music or art that much to just feel individually the same, in their own individual self, but kind of the same thing together, and create these magical moments. I think this is the purest that humans can be. Human feelings can be shown or something. So it's completely another level when you're when you have a couple people that's they're all curating a magical moment.
Yeah, and speaking of the magical moment, that solo of organist with the vocals
Yeah.
was so magical for me. I mean, I love everything about
Yeah.
the singing parts as well. But when he started like going, and then it was kind of like a little bit like a different character than the rest of the song, because it went a little more jazzy. And but then when the vocals came in, and then they created like this kind of spacious with the harmonies, it again felt really angelic, versus like because I wouldn't say you
Yeah.
would call jazz music or like improvisation really like angelic. So the contrast between those two moments, actually I was not expecting that it would create such a like interesting soundscape, but it actually did, and I thoroughly enjoyed that part as well. So here, the last section of the song, and this song, I know that's like not like such a stupid thing to talk about, but sometimes the heat waves of the songs are like, there's like some parts of it that like people go there, and then that's why it's like really high. But for this song, it's just almost all the same. That means like people just don't go back and forth and just listen to the whole thing back to like, they don't like skip to like certain moments, and that's something. Yeah, I think.
Exactly.
There was a time you let me know what's really going on below. But now you never even show it to me, do you? I remember when I moved in you. and the holy dove she was moving too, and every single breath that we drew was hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I've done my best, I know it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come here to London just to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand right here before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Wow, just wow.
Yeah.
If the first song that we listened, first version, was this sacred, holy vibe, it had this vibe into it, and the second one was completely feeling like completely earthy and humany and like completely like it's nothing holy about it, and it's just human earth, you know, something like that. This, I don't know how, but had exactly both
Yeah.
aspects, from the music to his voice. Exactly. I think from the music, one reason was exactly that you said that it had both aspects of like the backing vocals, which they were creating like this holy and not earthy vibe. But then the keyboard player was making the whole time during the whole song
Yeah.
this a little jazzy vibe, which is really like humanly and earthy. And the way that I'm not even talking about how Cohen did it, because yeah, it was just amazing with his body language, with his everything, with the thing that he put it here, his hand here, or he's seated. It was like, yeah, I'm just saying a secret into your ears. And the way that he performed it, and his voice, I'm not even going to talk about his voice. Yeah, it was just, I think, and I think the thing that you said, that it's just people just listen to all of it, not like they didn't go to a specific time, I think. And if the last song had you know, he managed to create so many very beautiful momentums in music that your heart would just like, I can feel the pain really, and oh, this is a very beautiful harmony here, and this chord that he's playing is so beautiful, or this specific word that he's saying is so beautiful to it. But it was for me like this, it was so many beautiful momentums that my heart would just say, oh, this is so beautiful and so emotional. But with this song, it was exactly like this, like it was taking you through a journey that you had to just sit from the beginning and carry it. It was carrying you through the end, and you couldn't skip, or you know, you couldn't go back and, you know, say that, oh, that's my favorite part or something. It was like a whole, a complete whole. That yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I really loved about, I know we're not supposed to talk about his voice because I mean it's just like I feel like so little to talk about like but I love that. I think we saw that a little bit in Jeff Buckley's version, the fact that he was like kind of like offbeat sometimes here and there, and so it kind of added an element of like speech like versus like singing all the time, so it had that kind of balance. I think this had that, but like 10 times more, but it really felt, to me it felt a little more natural, because again, maybe it helps that he's the creator of the song, so he actually wrote this song, so you really feel that like he owns the song and he owns every word and every chord that you're listening to. But at the same time, I love that he used that a lot. Actually, if you listen to it, it felt like really like his speech, or like that is like set to harmony or set to chords. It a little bit reminded me of I mean, it's not like a right comparison, but like the recitative parts of the opera, that there's not a lot. It's not like versus the aria part that is just basically singing with the song and a kind of like a more like flowy section of the opera, except for the versus the recitative, which is more like speech like, and that's where the story kind of like goes along and follows, and then the aria parts are not that much of a story, it's more like the music and dance and song. And this felt like a recitative for me because it was carrying a lot of meaning to it, a lot of like stories that they can be unraveled and like be interpreted in so many ways. But also at the same time, it had like a lot of elements of singing. It had like a lot of harmony, and the arrangement in this was so perfect because like it has like the perfect amount of layers and instrument. Unlike you, I'm honestly not a big fan of minimal arrangements. I like a lot of things. I'm like a maximalist, even like in everything, not just music. I love so many layers. I mean, there's always times that I enjoy like the simplicity of just like, for example, guitar and a voice, or just piano and a voice. But in general, I love that when there's like so many things to listen to and unravel. So every time, like it needs for you to think a lot and really pay attention. So to me, that was like a double bonus for this song, that it had so many layers, that like the saxophone, and then it was kind of like not that bold, but it added like really cool motifs, especially toward the end. And then there was a guitar line, and obviously the organ and the backing vocals were more like bold, and you could hear them for the most part. So that was really cool, because the start of it toward the finish, it really felt like a real story, and with a real like perfect build up gradually, but at the same time very continuously. And the flow was never, there was not one moment that the flow was like interrupted, or like there was a pause. Yeah.
So I think now we can say which one was our
I think it's kind of obvious.
Oh,
really? Okay. At least, I mean, based on what I said now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I let you say yours. Yeah,
obviously, I mean, just the same as you last time, it's like, this is by far my favorite. Honestly, like after listening to the first, like, because I think I've never heard this official live. I've heard like the audio, but by far, especially like by listening and watching them, like after the first like 30 seconds, I was like, okay, there's no question, this is my favorite, version of it. So yeah, that's for me this time. Actually, I like the original the best.
Yeah, now for me, I'm really having a hard time between the second and the original. I mean, exactly as you said, after like he just started to sing, I was like, no, it's just in another level, and definitely this one is the best and my favorite. But so I kind of, my favorite version is also kind of the original one, especially this live performance, which was completely, out of this place. But I have to say that this one for me is that kind of music that I really would like to not just put it in my playlist and randomly listen to it. I like to really sit exactly like now and with the full focus feel every moment that they are creating and every word that he's singing. But if I want to add something in my playlist so that I can listen to it every day and I could say, yeah, this is a nice momentum, or this is a nice second, or this is a nice chord, I will add a second one to my playlist. And I think I have to say that I really interested to see what other songs he has, because I really liked his style of singing. But yeah, I have to say that the original one is in a completely other level,
like a different league of its own. Yeah, I agree with that. So let us know, you guys, which one is your favorite. So last time we had so much fun reading your comments, like, and every one of you like had its own reasons, and then there were like all the comparison and talking about your favorite version. So please let us know which one is your favorite after hearing these. If you have any other versions, we are not gonna make any other videos for this one, but we can always go listen to those versions on our own. So we welcome new suggestions for this song, but don't forget to suggest us new songs for different contests that we're gonna do. We have like a couple more ideas, but we would love to let you guys also like I don't know, help us choose the next one. So let us know and we might make one soon again. But don't forget to like this video as well and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there is a Buy Me Coffee link in our description. Thank you for watching and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.